Today, we're going to bring you a product video from a very specialized sector. This is for bunker spoons. And in order to do bunker spoons, if you know anything about them, you have to talk to the man himself. Tony Maja is here. Tony Maja basically brought the bunker spoon into the mainstream. And today, in this particular segment, we're going to take a look at the spoons themselves and the man who invented them. Tony Maja. Hi, Tony. Welcome to TackleDirect.
Thank you very much.
It's great to have you here. I've been a big fan of your products. I use them myself here off the Jersey Shore, and I'm thrilled to be able to actually talk to the guy that came up with all these awesome concepts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Before we get in, we're going to talk about the bunker spoons and some of the accessories in this segment. But before we do that, what inspired you to go into business and make this stuff?
Well, I'm retired. I'm originally from New York, and I actually started out with the outridders.
Okay.
I said there has to be a better way when you're trolling to get that rod out of the outrodder with a big fish on.
Right.
Especially if you use a wire or braid that has no stretch.
Right.
And that's how I started with that, and then I went into the spoons, and then all the accessories after that. The rod, the reel, hooks, everything that's there.
Gotcha. All right, let's talk about the Tony Maja spoon, and this you probably call yourself infamous. I would call you famous. I mean, anybody anybody who knows anything about striper fishing knows your name and knows your products. We have 4 different sizes of spoons. Let's talk about the construction of them, and let's talk about why you would use a different size.
Okay. First of all, the construction is all stainless steel. It's heavy. It's heavier than any spoon the same size.
Okay.
It's thick, and the beauty of this is that you can catch fish after fish without the shape of it changing, and it'll have the same action from the first fish you catch to the 1,000th or whatever. And the idea of that is that the old way we used to make our own spoons out of aluminum, and after you catch a couple of fish on it, you would have to retweak it to get the action the same way. This action is molded, it'll stay the same, and it's done to my specs, which I worked on for years.
Right.
And the sizes, well, a lot of times you have to match the hatch.
Right.
Like early spring, there are herring. There's a lot of herring before the bunker arrive. We start fishing out here in April.
Sure.
And these 3 are really, really wonderful because you have small herring, you have ocean herring, depending on size, butterfish. This is the most amazing thing.
I'm gonna have to take this tuna fishing.
Yeah, well they use this one tuna fishing. They do a slow troll yellowfin tuna in the canyon, and it works very well. But last year we started with the big spoon because the old saying the bigger the bait, the bigger the fish. Not true.
Right.
And I marked a lot of fish, a lot of bait, didn't know what the bait was. But finally, I put the smaller spoon on. I said, let me try this. And sure enough, we had 8 fish up to 48 pounds.
Right.
I kept the smaller one, which was 32 pounds for the table, and we cut him open right on the boat. He was full of butterfish, this size.
There you go.
So there's the reason why you have to match the hatch.
Now anybody who hasn't pulled a bunker spoon before, I mean, these spoons have if you look at them, you would never guess what the action on these are. So let's talk about that for just a second.
Okay, the action was, I've been doing this 45 years, and the old belief was that the more active that spoon, the better it's going to catch fish. Not true. I found out by accident by watching a school of bunker where one was wounded. He's swimming very, very subtle, and a big striped bass came up. Out of thousands and thousands, he took that one. Why? Because he was wounded.
Right.
So what I did, like I said, my spoons were originally made of aluminum. I unbent them, and I used to have a good 4-foot sweep. Now it's a 2-foot sweep.
Right.
And it resembles a wounded bunker. Right. Believe me, they all catch, all spoons catch, some catch better than the others, and that was the trick on mine. That's why it's so successful, because it imitates a wounded bunker. And fish are animals. They'll go after the weakest.
Right.
And that's the reason why they're so good.
All right, so we've got the 4 different size spoons. By the way, I just want to let you know you got the other accessories. If you happen to get your teaser beat up, your hook beat up,
you can replace it.
You have replacements. The keel also, if you happen to lose a keel, which is not likely, but it can happen.
Yes.
You can replace the keel, and of course the packaging is a little bit different. It's nice clamshell and the bead and swivel, which will keep you from getting involved in any kind of twisting at all.
I use a swivel hook. I don't use a fixed hook, and it's not a treble hook because a lot of people practice catch and release. treble hook would just tear up the mouth of that fish. And believe it or not, with a fixed hook, the movement of that spoon will just make a big hole in his mouth, and you have more of a chance to lose it. And that's why the companies with a fixed hook put on treble hooks.
Right.
You don't need a treble hook. And when this fish is hooked, the spoon will move, and actually the hook will stay still, and the spoon will move. All right, so you're not really making a big hole in the fish's mouth. Sure. And it's really important because you won't lose as many fish and you don't damage the fish, especially if you practice catch and release. All right.
Tony, thank you very much for going through the spoons with
You're
us
welcome.
today.
Yep.
I really appreciate you coming in. I'm thrilled to death to meet you.
That's quite
as I'm
all right,
sure
yeah.
you know our
Okay.
viewers are thrilled to death to finally see what you look like. Thanks for coming to TackleDirect
Very well.
today. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. And we want to let all of you know that if you'd like more information on Tony's products, you can call one of our product specialists here at TackleDirect at 1-888-354-7335. You can shop 24/7 at TackleDirect.com, or if you happen to be in the Northeast, come to our beautiful new 25,000 square foot facility right here in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. I'm Captain Ed Berger from the TackleDirect Pro Staff. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you with Tony Spoons out on the water.